Shalom, Kohaloyam, Wawa, La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors are going out to the elder apostles of the great millstone. Salutations, peace, and blessings to the Most High Power's election. I'm Shamar Ahmath, back with another video, Prophecy in Short. Okay, going into an article I saw on RT today. All right, today being August the 24th, 2022. And the first scripture that popped into my head when I read the headline, which you see the headline, 2 convicted for Michigan governor kidnapping plot. The first thing that popped in my head through the spirit was, let me pull it up, or let me get to it. 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, okay, and the 16th verse, okay, and it reads, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Now, you may recall, it wasn't too long ago. It was just 2 years ago with the C-19 scamdemic, okay, and all these lockdowns across Babylon the Great, aka America, and throughout the 4 corners of the earth for that matter. The uproar in Michigan, okay, you had the Trumpers, you had the MAGA Patriot Edomites, okay, these so-called white people, all right, who were not too happy with Governor Gretchen Whitmer, to say the least, okay? Now, here it is 2 years later, and you have, people being convicted for or attempting to kidnap her. Now, you might say, well, that's a false flag psyop, and hey, you may be right. I ain't here to argue that. It very well could be a setup. It could be a psyop, no doubt about it. But the scriptures talks about sedition among men in the last days. The last days of Esau Edom's reign. Okay, and that's what you're seeing. And yeah, a lot of what we've been talking about lately, revolves around the famine of hearing the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, pursuant to Amos, the 8th chapter, verses 11 through 13, and obviously the Charagma, pursuant to Revelation 13, verses 13 through 16. But don't forget about sedition. Sedition is part of it as well. And again, whether this was a setup or whether this was real, okay, you have politicians, you have governors, you have judges, you have mayors, et cetera, okay, who are going to be targets, okay? Because eventually, when these MAGA patriots, when these Trumpers, okay, rise up in mass, okay, things like this are going to be happening, and you can best believe the shit's going to be real, man. Okay, you can best believe it. All right, there's been chatter in the news, recently. Okay, I say recently, the last 6 months. Okay, about federal judges and Supreme Court justices, being targets, man. Okay, about being targets for a attack. So this is all part of Bible prophecy, okay? Because this clearly is a kingdom divided, and if you read what Governor Gretchen Whitmer, matter of fact, let's read what she had to say about this. Okay, it says, Whitmer, a Democrat, celebrated the outcome later on Tuesday, saying, "Today's verdicts prove that violence and threats have no place in our politics, and those who seek to divide us will be held accountable. They will not succeed." Well, you're already divided, Gretchen Whitmer. There's division even among your colleagues. You have the Democratic and Republican parties, for example, okay, which those go back to the patricians and the plebeians, okay, in the ancient Roman Empire. All right, there's the division, between, political lines. Okay, there's clearly division between racial lines. Okay, but it's primarily between Jacob and Esau. Jacob, all right, being you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, Israelite foreigners, the Lord's chosen people, and Esau, okay, the adversary to Jacob, all right, so-called white man, all right, the Edomites, all right. There's division all over the place out here, man. All right, this is clearly a kingdom divided. And again, we keep on saying it. It's only going to get worse. Yes, we are the bearer of bad news for everyone outside of the Lord's elect. For everyone outside of the Lord's elect, we have nothing but bad news to report to you. We have nothing but evil tidings to bring you. And those evil tidings are not coming from us. They are coming from on high, from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai himself, through the Ruach HaKodesh. Mark chapter 3 and verse 23, and he called them unto him and said unto them in parables. How can Satan cast out Satan? Now the word Satan just means adversary, okay? Who is Satan on earth? Esau, Edom, okay? It says, because the spiritual demon Satan has a physical counterpart, all right? Again, being Esau, beginning with his elites, the Jewish International Banking Cartel, okay? Slakia. It says, and if a kingdom, verse 24, be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. Your kingdom is not going to stand, Gretchen Whitmer, okay? Your kingdom is not going to stand, Joseph Biden. Your kingdom is not going to stand, Donald J. Trump, okay? Because why? Because America is destined to fall, but, because a house divided against itself, that house can't stand, okay? Plain as day, man, all right? Verse 25, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Esau's house is divided, He's divided amongst even his own allies, America has beef with Germany. America's had beef with France, okay, et cetera, et cetera. And clearly, America has beef with Gog and Magog, a.k.a. Russia, all right? Which Russia is going to be the primary ringleader, all right, in the coming days. That's going to lead the charge, if you will, all right, and along with every other nation on the planet Earth. All the nations are going to be in line against Esau and America, all right, even Esau, okay, because Germany and all these other EU countries, okay, they're going to fire nukes. Guess what? They're going to fire nukes on America, all right. Verse 26, and if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end, okay. So, yeah, man, we're in the days of sedition, growing sedition, perilous times. The Apostle Paul talked of perilous times to come, man. Let me get that. Yeah, perilous times. It's getting dangerous out here. It's already dangerous out here, but this really ain't nothing, man. This is just the beginning. This is just we're in the beginning of sorrows going into Matthew's 24th chapter. We're at the very beginning of these things beginning to come to pass, man. Sedition, all right? Race riots, food riots, class warfare, yeah, man, and all the like, man, pestilences, earthquakes, wars and rumors of wars. 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1, this know also that in the last days, that's the days we're in right now, it says perilous times shall come. Peril means danger, okay? Perilous means dangerous, man, hazardous, yeah, man. 2 Timothy 3 chapter 3 verse 1 again, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. We're here, so hey, keep your keep watching and praying, okay, and keep seeking Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, Lord willing, you was edified through the Spirit, and with that I want to say shalom.